What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Memorex's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the MMC Ocular Max Remix Series Forte. Their take on Ramhorn, the last of the core members of the tapes for MMC to provide us. It'd be nice if they went on to continue. I doubt that they will, given how long it took for this guy to get made. But here's hoping, right? Nothing wrong with a bit of hope. Anyway, I want to shout out Trey 5. He looked out for me last weekend and picked this up and then got it out to me, and I greatly appreciate his help with that because I definitely wanted the one with the chrome detailing to kind of match the other one. So let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. This finishes a shelf for me, so it's always nice to take a look at another finished shelf. This will be my third finished shelf this year in the Transformer space, so that's a pretty big deal, I feel like. So let's stop dilly-dallying and get to it, but in order to do so, we need to start with the accessories, or in this case, accessory, which is namely this cassette box. And even considering this as an accessory is a bit of a stretch, but I think it's worth mentioning. Same as the others, it's the pink translucent plastic with the kind of like radar, spiral, sonic wave there, and then Ox on the back there. Good enough. And then of course it can be stored inside of that, and then this can go around it, which is the instructions, but you know that I think that this is a bit of a misstep, and it may be just their lack of experience with cassette tapes, but it would have been nice if it sat inside like a proper cassette tape. But so while we're on to things that could be nice about it, so this is the only way that the tape fits in, and then these two bits go in through the holes. However, it doesn't really fit properly in there. Maybe without this. Let's try it without the card. No, you see, like, you still gotta, like, warp the plastic and stuff to kind of, and then you get to this point and has to get over it. Oh, not a good feeling, but it will ultimately work. Just, it's a bummer, because even if they had just adjusted, you know, the measurements for this and you put that in there, you know, then that would have been fine. But small potatoes, but, you know, if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it, right? And now let's talk about the cassette itself. So once again, one of my main issues with the cassettes has been because they're trying to do the tune thing, which I do get because that's what everybody wants. You lose a lot of those decos for the tape that I so much loved from the 80s. And I wish there was a way to kind of find more of a balance. That being said, we have seen MMC do tapes that do not strike the shape as well as this one does. This one looks pretty cohesive as a tape from this side. Little bit less so from this side, but still not the worst that we've seen. And once again, I mean, nobody's displaying these in tape modes. This is kind of just like, you know, in your heart that it works. But I like the gray bits in there for the, you know, winding up the tape. I like the chrome detailings, more so in probably, you know, robot mode, but a lot of brown plastic, you know, and a lot of hole spaces, you know, where it doesn't fill in. But that's kind of been par for the course with these guys, and this is not the worst one that we've seen. And ultimately, I'm not sure how much it matters other than, you know, for the sake of talking about it. Similar to the cassette tape box and whether or not it fits in it. So let's get him transformed. We're going to fold, actually, we're going to separate here, tuck this little gray piece down here at the bottom into the lower leg of the animal. The feet are tabbed in, so untab them and bring them down. That's an easy bit. We have to open these up, and you see we got this connected from the head of the rhinoceros also. Bring out these gold pieces, flip this piece up, and flip this piece out. Okay, we're going to do that on this side as well. Pardon me. Make sure this is it. All right, it's not sliding for me nicely, but let's see. Not giving me there. Let's see if we can just open this up. We still need to get this piece out. There we go. I don't know why that was jammed up there for me. Now that's free. take these pieces here at the neck of the animal and fold them in so that you can swing the head through. You can bring down these front feet and then take these two panels, and there's a tab here that will connect on that side. And then rotate this. Let's see. These pieces have to come back. So it's just a matter of staying oriented. Rotate these pieces around to the back. They slide out a bit, so just slide them. Now on the inside, fold down the tail, spin this section around, it'll tab back into itself, and then flip the tail around. So same on this side, fold down the tail, flip this over. Once it's cleared this area, you can flip the tail back. There's a tab on this side of the tail, a slot on that side of the tail, and then these two pieces are a little finicky, but they'll connect as well. So we got a couple connection points. And there. Last finishing touches, flip over your weapons on both sides. Make sure that your neck is still stuck together. And then this section here rocks down. It reveals the face and then tabs back into the back of the head there. And then rotate the mouth around. And I'll get that a little tighter off camera. Rotate your ears up. And that's him. I'll clean him up. We'll take a look at him. All right. Let's talk about him, and we'll get in tight on the head sculpt for Dennis, and I think it's on the money. The jaw does rotate, as we saw, but goes all the way open and closed. The head bends down to here. Wish I could get a little bit more range there, I'll be honest with you, but does bend down to there. Up to about in line with the body, and then you do get a little bit of side to side, and then a swivel at the head itself. Once again, a little limited on range, but I think enough to get you by. The only paint that you have is on the eyes, so take that for what you will. There's no paint inside the mouth either, which does feel a little kind of like shortcutty to me, but whatever. All right, I love the arms. So there's a double hinge at the shoulder, so you can get the arms all the way out. And then once they're out, you can go up, down. They do come out at an angle. If you keep them collapsed inside, you can get up to there. So still a pretty significant range. Back to there. Then there's a knee, single hinge knee that gets you back and forward. And then the paws, the dog paws, hinge down, hinge up, and they're on like a ball peg where they enter into the foot. So that gets you an ankle rocker. And then this is painted like a gunmetal silver. And then the toes are painted on with a lighter color brown as well. Very subtle, but very nice. Same for the other side. Chrome detailings on the weapons look phenomenal. All right, so then you have an ab crunch reverse, which is great, and forward. No issues there. The rear hips, once again, double hinges. So they can get out to there, and then forward, back. If you keep them collapsed, they can still get forward, utilizing both joints and back. And then the knee joint gets you forward and back. And the ankles, you get an ankle tilt down, an ankle tilt up, and a rocker when the ball peg plugs into the foot the same way as the front. And then for the tail, you get a wiggle times 2, no waggle. But yeah, that's this guy. I'm going to save it for the final thoughts, but I have a lot of things to say about this. Let me show you him in my collection, you know, to finish off a shelf, which is a big deal for me. And we'll come back for some final thoughts. And there he is on my shelf. And that's a finished shelf. Oh man, very satisfying. You know, when stuff like this happens, it kind of reminds me of why I'm in this. You know, but unfortunately it happens so rarely, but I've been fortunate this year where I'm going to get a few shelves complete, and I don't even think this is going to be the last one of the year. It might be, but man, fantastic. Love to see it. Looks great. Couldn't be happier. 109 out of 6, by the way. Final thoughts wise, let's start with the negative. Once again, it would have been nice to have the brown painted. That's not how MMC does business, but it doesn't hurt to continue to say it. It would have been nice to have a little bit more range of motion in the neck and head area. That's the one point where you kind of feel like you're kind of stuck a bit. And that's all I got, I think. I can't think of anything else negative to say about it. So let's move right into the positive. Positives wise, I love the head sculpt. I think it comes together more cohesively than most of the tapes. The range of motion on the arms or the boat, all 4 legs is great. Chrome detailings look good. Character has a way of coming through in this somehow. It looks finished in robot mode, which aside from maybe Rumble and Frenzy, the other ones all kind of make sacrifices. This one doesn't really make all that much sacrifice in the animal mode. This, I think, is their best one since Rumble and Frenzy. And if this is the last one, it's great to end on a good note. I thank MMC for finally doing this, guy. I thank MMC for doing these tapes. I think most people that use them in their collection are extremely satisfied with them. Tons of character comes through, and for a guy like me, that's what I'm in it for. So strong recommend from me. Absolutely fantastic. Only thing that could have made it better was a little bit of paint and some more head articulation, but knockout figure. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.